So if you're looking to create cottagecore and you're not quite too sure how to start, my recommendation would be start with something really as simple as a bowl, and think, right, I've got to fill it, or I've got to create something with that. And what my next step would be to, just take something really as simple as driftwood that's been carved and etched and worn away by the sea, and just kind of create a little display or a little picture. You could then decorate it with shells. Just pop the odd shell in. It's a little bit of coral that I picked up with a family. Really fragile shell here. Just go on the top there. And then a beautiful red starfish just there. So that's how I would really kind of get going with cottagecore. So you've got stone, you've got wood, and then we've got some natural shells there. So that's certainly one way that I would recommend getting started. Another way would be if you've got kitchen utensils, rather than putting them in a drawer or putting them in a cupboard somewhere, get them out on display. If they're really interesting, these are old rolling pins, ever so slightly different colors, different sizes, different woods. Get an old pot, like we've got here, and literally shove them in. And then that's them ready to be displayed. And if you've got a worktop, or you've got a shelf, or you've got a cabinet, a set of rolling pins displayed like there really kind of gives your kitchen a vintage look, and you're contrasting the wood and the metal down there. Third way would be one that I would recommend using one of our printer's trays, and we've got lots of printer's trays. The great thing about printer's trays are they've got different size compartments. They've got bigger compartments, smaller compartments, and effectively they're miniature picture frames bolted together. So it's a really quick way of being able to say, right, I've got lots of small items. Rather than putting them in a drawer or putting them somewhere flat, think about putting them in a printer's tray like this, and all you're doing is literally just adding your elements in. So each picture frame, you're just adding something really small, and if something doesn't quite look right, you can move them around. And I'm going to put a shell just up there. What else have I got? Big lump of coral will just about fit in there. And the good thing about it, it's really easy to move stuff around. So if it doesn't quite look right, you've had it for a couple of days, and don't be afraid to just change things around, put items in, and you can put plant pots. Just going to grab a really small plant pot. So these are tiny little plant pots that we have, perfect for miniature cacti, and they just about fit into most of these little spaces here. I put shells and I put bits of wood, but anything can go in there. Anything you want to collect. It doesn't need to be old items. I've got my kids, and they've got Iwako rubbers that they collect, and they've got them in there. It could be stones, could be coins. So that would be the third way that you could create cottagecore.